Om Shanti, Morning Murli, 15th May. Avyakt Mahavakya of Avyakt Bapdada, Madhuban, Revised Course, 18 January 1991. Murli, in order to be a word benefactor, become complete with the awareness of everything and give cooperation to everyone. In order to be a word benefactor, become complete with the awareness of everything and give cooperation to everyone. Today, the Almighty Father is pleased to see His children who are embodiments of remembrance. The children of the whole world, from this land and abroad, are celebrating the day of remembrance. Today, the day of remembrance is reminding you. Children, of your Brahman life, that is, of your powerful life, because along with the life story of Father Brahma, there are also the life stories of Brahman children. The incorporeal Father created Brahmans through corporeal Brahma, and it was only then that there was the creation of the imperishable Yajna through Brahmans. Father Brahma, along with Brahmans, became the instruments for establishment. Therefore, along with the life story of Father Brahma, there are also the life stories of the first Brahmans. There is importance of both Adidev Brahma and the first Brahmans in the establishment of the Yajna. The Eternal Father created the creation of the first Brahmans through Brahma, and the Adi Brahmans then brought about the expansion of many other Brahmans. It is the story of establishment by Father Brahma that is related on this day of remembrance. You call it the day of remembrance. So, did you remember just Father Brahma? Or did you also become aware of all the things that the Father has reminded you of through Father Brahma? Which things and how many things have you been reminded of from the beginning until now? Do you remember those? If from Amrit Vela until night time, you recall all the things that you have been reminded of, could they be completed in one day? There is a long list, is there not? Even if you celebrated a week of remembrance, there would still be a lot of detail, because you don't only have to revise it, but you also have to realize it. This is why you say an embodiment of remembrance. To be an embodiment means to experience every type of awareness. You become embodiments of awareness, whereas devotees simply speak about it. So, what awareness have you experienced? There is a lot of expansion in all of that. Just as the introduction of the Father is so vast, and yet you give the essence of it in 5 steps, in the same way, put the expansion of all the things that you have been reminded about into the essence of 5 steps. in the into the essence of five aspects. From the beginning up till now, Bab Dada has reminded you of so many titles. How many titles would there be? There is a great expansion. Is there not? Remember each title. Remember each title, become an embodiment of it and experience it. You must not simply repeat it. The bliss of becoming an embodiment of remembrance is unique and lovely. The bliss of becoming an embodiment of remembrance is unique and lovely. The Father reminds you, children, of the title, the light of the eyes. The light of the eyes. You are the light of Baba's eyes. What is the specialty of the eyes? Baba is asking, what is the specialty of the eyes? What is the task of the eyes? What is the power of the eyes? Experience all of these. That is, become an embodiment of this awareness. In this way, continue to experience the awareness of each title. This was told to you just as an example. In the same way, think of an elevated form. Think of an elevated form. How many facts of this can you remember? How many forms do you Brahmins have? Whatever is the form of the Father are also the forms of you Brahmins. Whatever is the form of the Father are also the forms of you Brahmins. So be aware of all of those forms. Become embodiments of the awareness of everything, title, form, virtues, eternal, original, and of the present. So become embodiments of the awareness of all virtues of Brahman life. In the same way, think about your tasks. You have become instruments for such elevated tasks. Let the awareness of all those tasks emerge. The fifth precept that Bab Dada reminded you is of your original and eternal home. By being aware of your own home, you received the power to return home. You received the power to return home. You received the courage to become one who has the right to a kingdom. Who has the right to a kingdom, your own kingdom, and you also became aware of the art of living a life of happiness in the Brahman world at the present confluence age. You now know the art of living very well. Do you not? The world is moving fast in the art of dying, whereas you Brahmins are flying in a life of happiness filled with joy. Whereas you Brahmins are flying in a life of happiness filled with joy. There is so much difference. The day of remembrance means experiencing the spiritual intoxication of all types of awareness. On this day of remembrance, you don't use the same words that people of the world use, such as, our Brahma Baba was like this, that he said this, that he did that. People of the world say, he was, thus spread waves of sorrow. The speciality of you Brahmins is that you say, he is still now with us. He is still now with us, that you experience his company. So you have this speciality. You would not say that Father Brahma has gone away. He promised to stay with you and to return with you. If the first soul does not fulfill his promise, then who else would fulfill a promise? Then who else would fulfill a promise? It is just that the form and the method of doing service have changed. The aim of all of you is to become angels, who then become deities. Father Brahma became a sample of the angelic form. The sustenance of all of you children is even now taking place through Brahma. This is why you are called Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. Do you understand the importance of this day of remembrance? Remain constantly merged in the awareness of all of this. This is known as to experience becoming equal to the Father. You souls have experienced being equal to the Father, Baap Saman. But people have taken this word Saman to means Samana, to merge. You souls don't merge into the Supreme Soul, but you become equal to the Father. But you become equal to the Father. All the children have personally sent special remembrance for the day of remembrance. Many have brought love and remembrance as messengers, because everyone says, "Give my special remembrance." Instead of writing a letter of remembrance to each of you individually, Baba is writing to you from his heart. Baba is writing to you from his heart. The love of the heart from each one of you is merged in Bap Dada's eyes and in his heart. The love of the heart from each one of you is merged in Bap Dada's eyes and in his heart. It is specially merged now. Bap Dada has also specially made those who specially remember Baba emerge and is giving them love and remembrance. The enthusiasm of the heart-to-heart conversation, and the condition of the heart of each of you has reached Baba. The condition of the heart of each of you have reached Baba, the comforter of hearts. Bap Dada is reminding all of you children of the awareness you are always in Baba's heart. You are always in Baba's heart. You are service companions, and your stage is that of a constant observer. So the flag of being a conqueror of Maya will constantly continue to fly. So the flag of being a conqueror of Maya will constantly continue to fly. Let the lesson of nothing new always be in the awareness of all the children in every situation. Brahman life means that there cannot be any question mark or even an exclamation mark. How many times would you have heard this news? News of a war somewhere. Baba is asking, is this news new? No. Brahman life means that when you hear any news, you remain powerful in the awareness of the previous cycle. Whatever is to happen will happen. And you cannot therefore ask the question, what will happen? You are Trikaldarshi. You are those who know the beginning, the middle and end of the drama. So can you not know the present? You are not afraid, are you? In Brahman life, there is benefit at every step. It is nothing to be afraid of. The task of all of you is to give peaceless souls rays of peace with your power of peace. They are your brothers and sisters, and so, in terms of your godly family, be cooperative. In terms of your godly family, be cooperative. To the extent that they are moving fast, to that extent the yoga of you yogi souls will give them the cooperation of peace. Therefore make special time and give them the cooperation of peace. This is the task of you Brahman souls. Acha. To the elevated souls who are embodiments of all types of awareness, to the souls who have the aim and the qualification for becoming equal to the Father, to the close souls who constantly experience themselves to be with the Father, to those who easily put the lesson of nothing new into a practical form, to those who become word benefactor and give cooperation to the souls of the world, to such constantly victorious souls, Bab Dada's love, remembrance and Namaste. And we spiritual children says Namaste, good morning to our sweetest loving Father Bab Dada. Now Bab Dada meeting with the Dadis, to the rosary of first Brahmans as well as Father Brahma. The first Brahmans also become instruments. The first Brahmans have great importance. There is establishment, sustenance and transformation. The word destruction seems a little official, and so the first Brahmans play special parts in the establishment, sustenance and the word transformation. So you have these parts, do you not? You have these parts, do you not? The Shaktis are worshipped with a lot of splendor. The incorporeal Father and Father Brahma are not worshipped with as much splendor. The temple of Brahma is very incognito, but the Shakti army is well known in devotion. This is why you special children have parts on the stage till the end. The part of Brahma is incognito. The Vyakt form also means incognito. The Vyakt form also means incognito. He prepared the Brahmans and the part of Brahma then became incognito. Saraswati is also shown an incognito way because her part in the drama is continuing in an incognito way. It is good. The first Brahman souls are close to one another and are powerful. Speaking to Dadi Janki, your body is not weak. It is powerful. That was just an excuse to give you a little rest in between. It is not anything serious. Generally, you don't rest. Something becomes a cause for you to take a rest. So all of you have a lot of love for the Dadis, do you not? As well as the Father, you also have love for the first Brahman's instruments. So the blessings of love and the pure wishes of all of you keep the first Brahmans healthy. It is good. You have received a good part of doing service with silence. So many souls are peaceless. They are praying so much. You will give them a small handful. Will you not? People go and ask the goddess for power. Do they not? So it is the task of you special souls to give them power. Is it not? Day by day they will experience rays of peace reaching them from somewhere. They will then search for them. Everyone's vision will then go towards the land of Bharat. Everyone's vision will then go towards the land of Bharat. Acha. Group 1. Do you experience yourselves to be souls who become victorious with the faithful intellect? Do you constantly have unshakable faith? Or does it sometimes shake? The sign of having an intellect with faith is that you will experience victory in every task, whether it is worldly or spiritual. no matter how ordinary an action may be. Such a soul definitely has the right to gain victory in that, because the special birthright of Brahman life is victory. Special birthright of Brahman life is victory. Such a soul will not become disheartened by any task, because he has the faith that victory is his birthright. So, do you have the intoxication of having such a right? If someone whose companion is God does not have victory, then who would? The memorial of the previous cycle is shown as where there is God, there is victory. Even though they only show 5 Pandavas who was victorious, God is with you, and since you were victorious in the memorial of the previous cycle, you would be victorious now too, would you not? In no task should you have the thought, will this happen or not? Will there be victory or not? This question cannot arise. Those who have the Father's company can never be defeated. There is fixed it for every cycle. No one can change this destiny. Such determined faith will make you constantly fly ahead. So constantly continue to dance and sing in the happiness of your victory. So constantly continue to dance and sing in the happiness of your victory. Group second. Do you constantly experience yourselves to be the fortunate children of the best ever of fortune? Are you multi-million times fortunate or 100 times fortunate? Those who have such elevated fortune will remain constantly cheerful, because fortunate souls don't lack anything. So, where there are all attainments, you remain constantly cheerful. Even if someone wins a limited lottery, his face shows that he has attained something. So, what would someone who attains multi-million fortune be like? Constantly cheerful. So, remain so cheerful that anyone who sees you would ask you what you have attained. The further forward you go in your efforts, the less need there will be for you to speak. Your faces will say that you have found something, because your face is a mirror. You are able to see something in a mirror exactly as it is. So let your faces work like a mirror. So many souls have to receive the message that there would not be time for you to sit and relate knowledge to them. Time will continue to become more delicate. So you will not even have time to relate anything. So how will you serve? Through your faces, just as you do service with the pictures in the museum. People are impressed when they see the pictures. So your living pictures should become instruments for service. Are your pictures that are ready? If such living pictures become ready, the sound will be able to be heard loudly. If such living pictures become ready, the sound will be able to be heard loudly. While walking and moving around and while sitting, always have the awareness that you are the living pictures. The vision of all the souls of the world is on you. So what is the most attractive aspect of living pictures? Constant happiness. So do you remain constantly happy, or is there sometimes some confusion? Or when you return home, will you say, this thing happened and that was why my happiness decreased? No matter what happens, your happiness should not disappear. Are you such strong ones will you pass an even higher, means more difficult paper? Bab Dada is taking everyone's photograph and seeing who is saying yes. Don't let her say, I just said it at that time. In fact, nothing is a big thing in front of those who are master almighty authorities. Secondly, you have the faith that victory is guaranteed for you. Therefore, it is not a big thing. Any power will become the helper of those who have the treasures of all powers in order. It is just that the one who issues an order has to have courage. It is just that the one who issues an order has to have courage. So, do you know how to issue an order? Or do you know how to follow an order? You don't sometimes follow Maya's order, do you? It is not that a situation arises and it finishes and you then think that if you had done something in that way, it would have been good, is it? It is not like that, is it? Do you use all the powers at the right time or do they come a little later? If you remain set on the seat of a master almighty authority, it is not possible for any of the powers don't obey you. It is when you get off your seat and then issue an order that they don't obey you. In a worldly way too, when someone gives an order while off the chair of his position, no one would obey it. If any power is not obeying your order, you have definitely got off the seat of your position. So constantly remain seated on the seat of a master almighty authority. Remain constantly unshakable and immovable. Don't be those who fluctuate. Don't be those who fluctuate. Bab Dada says, even if you leave your body, your happiness should not go. Money is nothing in front of such a soul. Those who have the treasure of happiness find nothing to be a big deal, and cooperative server children always have Bab Dada's company. When a child is with the father, nothing is as a big deal. Therefore, there is nothing to be afraid of. The father is sitting here. And so, what does any child have to worry about? The father is full of all treasures. So, you children have to be sustained by any means. Therefore, remain carefree. You are establishing the land of happiness in the land of sorrow, and there would therefore be some upheaval in the land of sorrow. In the hot season, it would be hot, would it not? However, the father's children are always safe because they have the father's company. Father's children are always safe because they have the father's company. Now, Bab Dada's message for all the children. Love and remembrance to all the tapasvi children. Look, children, as you hear the news of the present time, you are watching the play while seated on the highest on high seats of detached observers and on the thrones of carefree emperors. Are you not? In this Brahman life, the thought of being afraid cannot arise even in your dreams. So in this year of tapasya, it is just fanning the fire of constant love in order to create an attitude of unlimited disinterest. You have had the thought of becoming complete, the same as the Father. That is, you have made a plan to hoist the flag of victory. Therefore, on the other hand, the upheaval of the completion is also fixed to happen at the same time. Is it not? Rehearsals are the means to finish the reel of the drama. Therefore, nothing new. According to the circumstances of the present time, if there is a struggle in coming and going or in obtaining something, let there not be a struggle in the thoughts of your mind. Wherever you happen to be in any situation, always continue to eat the happy heart. Means dil khush toli. Remain happy and fly like angels. Along with that, let a special program for tapasya continue at this time at every center. However much time someone is able to give that cooperation of silence. Acha, Om Shanti. Today's blessing. Feel Baba's hand on your head and take a blessing. May you keep busy doing service at every moment as a word benefactor full of all treasures. May you keep busy doing service at every moment as a word benefactor full of all treasures. Baba is saying, souls who are instruments for word benefit will first themselves be full of all treasures. In terms of the treasure of knowledge, have full knowledge. Let there not be anything missing. Let there not be anything missing. You will then be said to be full. Some have the full treasures but are unable to use it at a time of need. Then after the time for using it has gone by, they think about it. That would not be said to be full. Word benefactor souls will keep busy doing service at every moment in their thoughts, words, actions, relationships and connections. The word benefactor souls will keep busy doing service at every moment in their thoughts, words, actions, relationships and connections. Slogan: when you make your nature one of the knowledge and yoga, your every action will naturally be elevated and yukti-yukt. When you make your nature one of knowledge and yoga, your every action will naturally be elevated and yukti-yukt. Om Shanti. Today is third Sunday, word meditation, and all Raj Yogi Tapasvi brothers and sisters will practice yoga from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Be stable in the awareness of your center form, sitting at the roots of the kalp tree, giving the donation of powerful yoga to the whole tree and give divine sustenance to your dynasty. Om Shanti. Thank you, Bab Dada.